Today on Swarm of Comics, we're going to go through this pile of books I got in the mail. No idea what's in there, so we're going to open them up and find out. We're also going to talk about, do we actually need intro videos to these? I don't know. Are they helpful? I just saw somebody else do it and I copied them. What do I know? I'm new to this. Hey everyone, this is Randy at Swarm of Comics, your handsome and humble host. I'm been busy lately with the last couple of unboxing videos. Hopefully you've gone back and seen those, part one and part two. In the meantime of getting those submissions done and submitting some new books, um, and doing all the work to get those videos edited, other books have been trickling in the mail from Heritage Auctions and Hip Comics and eBay and wherever else they may be. And they've kind of just been piling up, and I've been saving them all up for a video. So I'm going to just go through those, tell you a little bit about why I got them and why I've added them to the collection and stuff like that. The PC. So first one's pretty easy. This was from Heritage Auctions. I got 3 slabbed books and 1 raw book. The raw book was a Teen Titans #1 from 1966, a very good plus. I think I'm going to send that off to get graded. I don't think it's any big barn burner, but I think I got it for $50 or something, like $60, with probably more with fees. And that's the other thing, all these have fees. I don't buy a lot from Heritage anymore, a little bit. I used to buy a lot, but the fees are killer. And the fees were a killer on this first one, because I paid $7 for it. This is Silver Surfer Volume 3, number 44. And as you can see, it is the first Infinity Gauntlet. So this is a 9.6. First appearance of the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos and Drax appear. It also has the Tiger Electronics insert. So I guess maybe they're trying to do something like the Mark Jewelers inserts or something like that. I can't see it from looking at the side that there's something in there, maybe. So this is a 9.6. It's in pretty good shape, and it was $7. I mean, it was the first Infinity Gauntlet. Cool cover. It was a 9.6. Now, with fees, of course, it was much more than that, but I think it was still worth it for a graded book. I don't know if there'll ever be a resurgence on this for anybody to care. I'm actually not even sure why it's a 9.6 and not a 9.8. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it, but that's okay. Cool book. $7 at Heritage Auction. So that was one of the auction wins that I had. Let's see. And I do like Silver Surfer. I have Silver Surfer original art and used to have tons of Silver Surfer comics. This next book here, another slabbed book. It was just in such beautiful shape with a beautiful cover. And as I've said before, I love my red covers. I don't know why I've gravitated towards those. And this is part of the Greenwich collection. This is Thor issue number 150. You know, a 12 center Thor here, and with a great cover with Hela and Loki looking evil back there, and Thor apparently being rising from the dead to go to Valhalla or whatever it is. So this is a 9.0. That's a pretty high grade in a book, and it's the Greenwich collection. It's not, obviously coming from CGC with that sticker on. I don't think that was probably put on by Heritage Auction. So this book wasn't that much. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it was probably $90 or something like that. So really, really nice book. I like that. I love Thor. All right. Third book I got, I don't know. I'm not even sure why I got the book. I think I got it because I'm loving these Golden Age books. You guys have been seeing me do a lot of Silver Age lately and a lot of modern, but that's only because I'm going back and grading and filling in holes in stuff that I collected when I was younger. I didn't really have any Golden Age books. I had a handful of them that wasn't my thing. And it's just been in the last 12, 13 months that I've been really diving into the Golden Age stuff. And, I have a couple of, cool Master comics and a lot of old stuff that you've seen up there behind me if you watch the other videos. So I think I picked this book up because of its age, its condition, and the fact that it was Golden Age. So, and again, it wasn't a lot of money, I know you hear me say that a lot, but I say it because there's good deals to be had on slab books that look cool for your collection. Not everything's about making money. Not everything's about flipping it. Not everything's about being worth something someday. That's all cool stuff. Believe me, I have no problem with that book right there and some of those being worth good money, but I also enjoy them. So this is kind of a goofy book. I have no idea what's going to happen. It seems a little inappropriate. Hopefully you'll be able to see it on there. But this is Liberty Comics number 11. And this is a 9.4. This is from 1946. You probably heard me say it before and other YouTubers. Golden Age books from 1946 coming at a 9.4 just doesn't happen. Now, I'm not really sure what's going on with that bird and the boy on the branch. Quit worrying. Nothing's going to happen. Oh, he's getting there, the little bird's nest. So I think he's in for I don't know. Maybe I didn't think this one through enough. That seems a little weird, but this book's in fantastic shape. If you even look at the back, this back is absolutely flawless, flawless. You can also learn how to play piano for $1.49. Nothing wrong with that. So that's it. Green Publications. I'm not a big Liberty Comics fan. I think they got into more superhero stuff later on. But this is still when they're probably doing goofy covers on there and stuff. There's no real information on it. Off-white pages. Cool book. So that was 3 slab books that I picked up from Heritage, plus the Raw book, Teen Titans #1, from 1966. Supposed to be a very good plus. So we'll see what it comes back once it gets graded. So great book here. It's going to look good. Again, with the red, I just feel like that pops. Some people love green covers, like Lunch Money Comics. Some people love yellow color covers. I think Jackpot Comics or something like that does. But this is it for me. It was just a fun pickup for, I don't remember what I paid before fees, probably like 100 and you could look it up. It's just on Heritage, $150, $160 or something like that. So really cool book. Dig that. So that was my Heritage auction that I did recently. I think I have a couple more later, but that was an older one. This was a book from eBay, if you can't tell. I mean, I appreciate their packaging. I don't remember who sent it to me, but there it is. There's the packaging. So we're going to try and open this now for you guys. I do not remember what's in this. I don't say that so I can pretend to be surprised. I don't just make that up. I really don't remember what this is. And you just bear with me while I open this up. Always try to be careful when opening these. Not exactly a Gemini mailer, but they made do. You got to appreciate that. We're getting there. Here we go. Marvel Man, or as some of you know, Miracle Man. This is a British book. I actually am planning on doing a video on this, but as you can see, this is Marvel Man, Mr. Miracle, Miracle Man, whatever. Not Mr. Miracle, that's DC Comics. But this is Marvel Man. This is my first copy of this. I wanted to pick up a couple of these. Again, it's a British comic book. You rarely see it here, but I did find a couple on eBay from one dealer. So he's on this cool futuristic tank here. I don't remember the year of this. I'd have to look it up, but it's probably the 1950s, could be late 40s, The Secret Tank. So very cool book. I'm not sure if I'm going to slab that or not, but I'm definitely going to do a video about Marvel Man and the history of it. I'm not going to get to the comic tropes level of Watch Comic Tropes videos. He does a lot of good deep dives on the history of stuff, and he might have even done this. I don't know, but I'm going to talk about it in a short video. Marvel Man, very cool stuff. And we all know Marvel Man. He wasn't called that when he came to America. I'll tell you in the other video. But anyway, that was a cool book. Marvel Man. All right. Nice Gemini mail right here. Let's see what is in this. Should probably save that if I want to send out anything. Looks like there's a couple of books here. Oh, that's right. This is a cool little super cheap pickup of some lower mid-grade 70s, maybe very early 80s. I'll have to look. Horror from the Red Circle Group. This is Madhouse. So, oh, the smell. It's got that old comic smell. It's the best if you don't know it. I know you must know this, but this was from Fawcett, and I guess they were trying to, take advantage of the um, horror trend coming back in the 1970s. So this was Madhouse. This was number 96. And of course, this cover with a sexy girl in a blanket and summoning a demon and everything like that. I mean, how do you beat summoning a demon? It's fantastic. What else do we got here? Number 95. Madhouse with a vampire. I feel like these are underrated and they're super cheap. I'm going to tell you in a second about them. And then 97. This looks like Sherlock Holmes or some British people, the vampire hunter fighting off demons. Maybe it was the logo, the trade dress that's kind of lame. I don't think that was the best, but I love these Red Circle comic group. I'm going to look in one of these to see what year it was. 1975. So these are all 1975. I don't know about if there's anything memorable in them, but they were typically just, all those books like Baron Hunted and Ripley's Believe It or Not and all the other horror books that were coming out at the time from Whitman and Charlton and everything like that. And I think they were trying to jump on the bandwagon, and that didn't happen. So I think for these three books, I paid $15, and I think it was worth $15 because I think these are fun, not worth getting slabbed or anything like that, but super cool 70s horror. So I'll probably even read these. I will not capture the back on there, but cool. So, one of the reasons I want to show stuff like this is if you've never seen this, go check these out. Go look them up. Go see if there's any Madhouse books that you like. Check them out if you've never heard of this and you're not familiar with the books or the covers. Go look at them. Might be some fun stuff to pick up. When I watch YouTube videos, a lot of it is, learning about the hobby. I've been a collector for 45 years or whatever it's been, but I wasn't deep into the collection like I am now. I just collected books and read them and enjoyed them. And now I've become a little more in depth, obviously, the books behind you and stuff like that. But I still am a reader and I still like reading them. And when I watch these videos, I learn about the hobby, but I'm constantly discovering books I've never seen before and books that I like, or books that I'm interested in that I've never seen before. So I watch a lot of those YouTube channels. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. I learn from a lot of them. Jim from Bronzeville, Automatic Comics, Mint Hunter. There's always showing some books that they're featuring. And I know that they're all sellers, but I know people like Jim from Bronzeville is a collector and a comic lover. And he's pretty cool. He made a comment on one of my videos. I didn't even realize he'd ever watched one of my videos. So learning stuff. There you go. I hope you're learning from me some of the Madhouse stuff. So it looks like I've got two more stacks left. This looks like two raw books. I'm going to cut open here. I did you the favor of not cutting into the whole box to take up the whole video and to be annoying. So let's see what we got here. Looks like a couple of Heritage Wins, a couple of raw books, Golden Age. So let me open up the package here. All right. What do we got here first? I wish that their giant stickers didn't cover the book, but here we go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this out. So this is from February 1948. This is Manhunt. And I've seen this before and I've bid on it before and I didn't win it, but I finally won one. I'm not sure what the story's about, but it maybe involves somebody being in a manhunt and being stabbed with a knife. This is a pretty good shot. That knife is pretty good. I've always like if I knife throw or axe throw, it just clangs on the ground. I think that's a talent. That's a talent. My buddy Jeff, my bass player in my band, he's very good at that stuff. So yeah, I picked this book up. This is number 5, volume 1, 1948. Knife of 1,000 Cuts by Gardner Fox. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. It says it right on the cover. So this is a really cool old book that like I said, I had seen a few times. Whether it's, I don't know, it's got both its staples. So cool. Hope you enjoy that. Check that one out. Very interesting, cool cover. Let's throw that back in the Mylar here. And then move on to the next one. So there's another raw book that I got here. If you watch any of my videos, you know that I like red covers and I like webs. So I think this fits the bill 100%. Web of Mystery. And this is, I don't know what number this is, 11. Weird, eerie, startling web of mystery. Not only do we have a web background and red, but also a gigantic, terrifying spider on there. So beautiful book here. Little wonky on the edge, and staples are holding on for dear life, but this is 1953 pre-code horror, web of mystery. I'm going to put that back in the, I've even double boarded it. Oh, it didn't even get it didn't even warrant a Mylar. Okay. But yeah, so those are two pickups that I got, raw books that I'm definitely going to have slabbed. They are not $15 Madhouse books from the 70s. These are some really nice golden age pre-code horror stuff, 1948, 1953. So how cool are these books? I'm going to hold these up just in case I decide to use it for the thumbnail. So I'm smiling at you guys. Oh, there's the glare on it. See, I'll cut that out later on Photoshop and do a terrible job. But here we go. I hope you guys are enjoying the thumbnails. I work harder on the thumbnails sometimes than I do on editing the videos and the content because I have a lot of fun with that, doing the digital artwork and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments. Apparently, if you get comments, you get way more views. I know it sounds naive, but I'm not a YouTuber. And please don't, I don't ever refer to myself as a YouTuber. I just put videos up. It's a lot of bubble wrap on this. I don't know what this is. I'm going to find out. Feels like all slab books. I remember what this is. I remember what this is now. This was a midweek auction from Heritage that contained an entire collection and had a name to the collection. And they were all CBCS books. If you're a collector or not a collector, you might know that CBCS is a comic grading company. The number one grading company everybody knows is called CGC. They are the gold standard, maybe until recently, of slabbing books. By slabbing, of course, I mean encapsulating the plastic cases like you see behind me and getting a grade on them. They do a lot of other services too. They'll restore your books, they'll witness signatures and then encapsulate them so they're signed books and certified and so forth. So CBCS is another company. My vague recollection is that somebody from CGC left or started a new company and started CBCS, and I think they're owned by Beckett. And they're kind of the second tier of slabbing. People don't like the cases as much, and they feel like they're a little easier on grade. So we all complain about things getting graded too harshly. And then we could send them to CBCS and then give us a better grade on them, in theory. They used to be cheaper. They used to have a reputation of not being as harsh graders. But that's changed. They've gotten a better reputation. The books are going up in value. The grading on it is definitely a little more of a fine eye on the grading, and they're getting some more reputation. And hopefully there's going to be a lot more growth on the CBCS books now that CGC's had their reholder scandal. You can just put in CGC reholder scandal into the Google if you're not familiar with it, and you can read all about that. So this was an auction of apparently one collection, and all they did was collect CBCS books. That's my guess, CBCS. I don't think these are labeled as any type of specific collection, but it was definitely on the Heritage there was a collection. So these are some cool books that I picked up that I've definitely seen as being more expensive if they're graded by CGC, but I don't think I care. I like to display them. I don't I don't care. I'm not a flipper. I'm not selling you. I've said this before. Maybe it gets annoying, but I'm not trying to sell anything to you. I just enjoy the hobby and I like talking to you guys. I love my wife, but she doesn't want to talk about comic books. And it's kind of fun. This is kind of sort of an escape for me. So if I babble, it's because you're all my best friends now, and we talk about comic books. So I actually won two lots. The first lot was 3 books. I'm going to take them out. Apparently they're double bagged. Again, building up on the 1970s horror. I might have talked about this before in a video, or you're familiar with it, is that the Comics Code Authority relaxed their rules in the 1970s, 70, 71, 72, somewhere around there. And that's when you started to get books like Chamber of Chills and Frankenstein's Monster and the werewolf books and Tomb of Dracula and everything like that. And all these third tier companies like Charlton and Whitman and apparently Gold Circle, whoever heard of them. But even DC and Marvel were in on it. And this was a batch of 3 books. These are beautiful Mike Kaluta covers. And this was what issues? I'm going to do them in reverse order because I like the number 1 the best. And you'll know this one if you're a comic collector. Another book that I wasn't really familiar with. These were probably in 50-cent bins at one point in the past, and I wasn't a big DC person. So this is a title called Doorway to Nightmare. Beautiful covers on there. The demon hand down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. Apparently the demon has 6 fingers. That could come in handy for like taking stuff off shelves or picking up sticks in the yard or something like that. So this is a 9.4 Mike Kaluta cover. Johnny Craig did the art inside, off-white to white pages, CBCS certification. So 9.4 in CBCS. You guys see me with this. You can see the different cases there. These are also much thinner. If I held up a CGC, you would see how much difference in the thickness is. So Doorway to Nightmare, number 4. And then this is Doorway to Nightmare, number 2. Very cool. Again, they're not even, now I can see why our parents were worried about like Dungeons and Dragons and horror things and everything Satan like. That's, that's probably, it actually literally just says the devil. Like, I don't know if I would want my little kids reading this stuff either, especially in the 1970s when I would be naive. But here we go. Very cool copy. Again, another 9.4. This was the second book in the batch of 3. So, story by Jerry Conway. Very infamous comic. One more from that batch. I'm going to take it out of the plastic so you can see it better. This is the book I've been chasing, and I had bid on it. I had bid on even on eBay and on Heritage, and I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was worth those prices. It's a nice book, beautiful cover. It's got a little bit of a key book, but you have the threshold. You know what you can spend for a book. Like, yeah, I like that book. So when you saw me do a video where I talked about some of the old books that I used to collect when I was a kid that were all trashed and I rebought already slabbed, I didn't buy them in all 9/8. I didn't need them in 9/8. They would have been worth more over time, but they also cost much more. When I rebought what book when I was a kid, Daredevil 180, I probably paid $25 for it in a 9.4 or 9.6. If it was a 9.8, it would be like $200, and I just didn't need to spend that. And that was the same way I felt about this, which is we dare you to open the Doorway to Nightmare, number 1. Very beautiful cover. Ever since I saw that on someone else's YouTube channel and on like the auctions, I've wanted a copy of this. It's a 9.2, so a little lower grade than the other ones, but it's still a 9. It's still near mint. This is the Madame Xanadu Begins. Dave Michelini's story, Mike Kaluta cover. So off-white to white pages. Really nice copy. You can see that it's a little rough around the edges, why it's a 9.2. It's got a couple of non-color breaking spine ticks, or as they call them when they're getting graded, spine stress. So very cool batch of books. I think it was 1, 2, and 4. I don't think I really need 3 that badly because this was just a good little lot. Not super expensive. So fun. And then this is the last book. This is a fun one. I was pretty excited about this. And I'm sure you're already tired of hearing about red covers, but I couldn't pass it up. It is The Joker, #5. This is from 1976, Ernie Chan cover, and the Royal Flush Gang is on the cover, making an appearance. Just an absolute beautiful cover. The bright reds, it pops. This is a 9.6. I've considered buying the first couple of Joker issues. I don't even love their covers on them. Um, but I just love this. And I got all these at such a great price because they were CBCS and it's just not a demand. So if you're looking for investment, I guess, CBCS is trying to catch up, but I got these at a steal because of that. So beautiful. Plus, oh yeah, 9.6. Look at that back cover. Evel Knievel. I had this when I was a kid. I got it for Christmas. Got boring after a little bit, but it seemed like it was cool. Everybody loved Evel Knievel. So awesome. The Joker, #5. If you've never seen that book, I hope you love it. Maybe you'll go collect it and buy it yourself. So that's all today on, let me take let me take this, the Joker. Maybe I'll use that as my thumbnail. Who knows? I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, talking comics. I love the comments on my last couple of videos. I'm getting some great comments, following a bunch of new and subscribing to a bunch of new pages and people follow me. So thanks for hanging out with me. See you again in the next video. I'm Randy, and this is Swarm of Comics. Have a great day. Have a great day. Did I do that in another video? Like, God, I gotta learn how to edit this shit out. Listen, guys, enjoy your comics.